how are you looking forward to this Monday night under the lights game for you,
Looking forward
Justin?
to it. I think everybody is. We've been working hard at practice this week, so we're just excited that we get another opportunity to play this upcoming Monday.
And how do you feel your first several starts in the league has gone? How do you feel?
I feel like, of course, we could have had some different outcomes, but, I think every game I'm trying to improve, and I'm learning more and more each and every day. So I'm just going to continue to get better.
And what is that you're learning specifically?
Just a bunch of stuff, how the game is played, just, the ins and outs of NFL football, and, how to put drives together and stuff like that. So the game is much different than college, but I think, the more and more I play, the more and more I'll get used to it and used to seeing those defenses out there.
Okay. Let me try and nail you down on a specific then. What are you better at right now going into this week 9 finale against the Steelers than you were on that day in Cleveland, for instance?
I think instead of trying to push the ball downfield, when it's not there, I'm quicker to get my check down. So really just taking what the defense gives me rather than, pushing the ball downfield and not forcing anything.
Okay. And so that's just your general sense of trying to force going out there? Is that what your default is? That's your default, is trying to go out there and make the big play, Justin?
What do you mean my default?
Like what your general sense that you're under center, like I'm going to make the big play right here. That's your general sense coming in to the league.
I mean, not necessarily. I don't think that's the case. But in the league, you definitely check the ball down more than you do in college. So that's one big difference.
Okay. And what about the speed of the game? I hear so much in my years of covering the NFL for somebody who's coming in from the collegiate level in his rookie season, that the speed of the game is something that you have to get adjusted to.
I don't know if you've heard me get asked this question, but I'm probably the only one that will not answer this question just because I get so much stuff for it. So I'm not going to answer any questions regarding the speed of the game, if that's all right with you.
It's, of course, I have not heard you being asked. Honestly, I'm coming into this fresh.
Yeah, I mean, I've just gotten so much crap from everybody and on social media and stuff. I just stay away. I just don't answer that question. For the rest of my career, I'm never going to answer that question again. So,
well, you've got speed yourself. I mean, you can utilize that, right? I mean, how much of your starting do you go into a play wondering about at what point do you have to bail and things like that? I mean, what about that concept?
It's kind of a reaction. I'm not going into the start of a play thinking that I'm going to have to scramble. So, of course, I'm looking to pass first, and then if that internal clock in your head goes off, or, your guys are in open outfield, or you sense pressure on you, then, of course, you have to escape the pocket and be able to make a play.
Okay. Justin Fields here prior to Monday Night Football, taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you read your mentions on social media? I would counsel you against that. Mine's a dumpster fire right now, Justin, personally.
I mean, no, it's just, I think it was after our second preseason game. I think, no, it was actually after the first one.
Uh-huh.
A reporter asked me if the speed of the game, how was that? And I said, it was slower than I expected it to be, just because, I was going up against our starting defense at the time.
Sure.
So, I was going up against, a starting NFL defense at practice every day. So, I said it was slower than I expected it to be. And of course, everybody took it out of proportion, saying, or the next game we played the Bills. And of course, I missed a blitzer off the edge, and he just my helmet flew off or whatever. And then everybody just started coming from my head talking about, I thought the speed of the game was slow, this and that. So, yeah, that's pretty much
okay. Here's what you should do. You should, again, just because I try to make people who say yes to an interview with me better than when I just found them. What you should do is you should wait for that question, since obviously you get it clearly a lot. Wait for it to come from somebody from, let's just say, the Southeast Conference part of the United States, and say, of course, the game's not slow for me. I'm from the Big Ten. Say that and see how that one flies. What do you think?
I think that'll be a good answer. Although they might refer back to the national. They might refer back to the national championship, so that might not be a good answer.
I don't know. Last one for you: your challenge against the Steelers. What you've seen so far on film, and what you're going to be ready for under the Monday Night Lights, Justin Fields.
Of course, most of their players has been under the system for a long time. And of course, they know the ins and outs. I think they do a good job of switching up their coverages. They're doing a good job disguising, and their front seven is pretty good. Their D line with T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward. So it's going to be a challenge for us, but we're just excited and ready for this opportunity. So can't wait.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.